What's up, everyone? Welcome to your practice. Before we get started today, please go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe. That would mean so much to me. A couple of things that we are going to need for this practice is if you have a strap or anything that you can create some tension with, grab that, and a block. If you don't have a block, don't worry. You could get something similar like a heavy book or a box. So we're going to get started onto our backs. Take your time to get there. There is no rush. Your feet could be planted onto the earth, or you can extend the legs towards the top of the mat. Just go ahead and take a couple of moments to just check in. Allow yourself to connect to the natural rhythm of your breath. Allow your belly to relax naturally. And let the breath allow you to ground down into this very present moment. Set a gentle intention for your practice for today. Really feel the natural curves of your spine, creating this firm connection to the earth underneath you. Then whenever you're ready, go ahead and extend your left leg towards the very top of the mat. As you reach your right leg up towards the sky, go ahead and draw these little circles with that right foot. Maybe even trying to spread the toes as wide apart. Teeter between flexing the foot, pointing the foot. Just be really exploratory. And go ahead and take your strap and loop the strap around your right foot. You could wrap it around the middle arch. Just do whatever feels good for you. And you're just going to pulse that right leg towards your chest. Make sure this movement feels good to you. You don't want to crank that right leg too much. We're just really getting into the back line of the leg. Then whenever you're ready, pause. Then slowly with control, bring that right leg to hover over the left, towards the left side of your mat. Beautiful, then bring that right leg back to center. Go ahead and release the strap. Shake out the ankle, shake out the toes, just for a moment here. And then lower the right leg down with control. And as that lands, lift the left leg up towards the sky. Begin to draw these little tiny circles with that left foot. Maybe even spreading the toes as wide apart. Or teeter between flexing and pointing through that left foot. And take inventory on how different one side feels compared to the next. Awesome work. This time you're going to take your strap and loop the strap over the middle arch of that left foot. Go ahead and begin to pulse that left leg towards your chest. Try to be gentle in this movement. Again, you don't want to crank that left leg towards your chest. You're really just trying to find an opening in the left hamstrings and the calves. Awesome work. Then on your next inhale, bring that left leg over the right to a hover. Gentle supine twist. Stay active in that left leg. Awesome work. Bring that left leg back to center. Go ahead and remove the strap and set the strap off to the side for a moment and just circle that left ankle once again. Beautiful work. Lower that left leg down. Grab a hold of your block and you're going to place the block in between your knees. We're really just doing this to keep the lower body stable as we extend our arms off to the left. The right arm is going to go over the left. Take an inhale here and an exhale out through your nose. On your next breath in, begin to draw these big, big, big circles with that right arm. Gaze will follow. You really want to energize through the fingertips here, really reaching out. Then switch directions. Really focusing this movement from your right shoulder. Awesome work. Side two. I'm just going to move over so that you could see me better, but this time your left arm is going to go over your right arm. Place the block once again in between your knees or somewhere between your legs so that you just want to keep that low body stable. On your next breath in, take those big, big, big circles. Notice the differences between both sides. Just bring an awareness to it, no drama. Just really reaching out through the left fingertips and switch directions. Making sure that this movement is coming from that left shoulder. Beautiful work. Set the block off to the side for a moment. From your backs, just roll up, using your spine, using your core to control your movement. Then plant both feet down and make sure you could see your toes in this position. You could grab a hold of your shins, but I want you to focus on maintaining a nice long spine. We're going to do some toe cars. Cars means controlled articular rotations, and this is really important for the mobility of our toes. So I want you to really focus on your toes. Make sure that you could see all of them, and try to lift from the arches of your feet. You want to imagine as if the feet are suction cupping down onto the ground. Really lifting particularly through that middle arch. Imagine as if there is a piece of Lego or a nail right underneath that foot arch and you don't want that arch to collapse down to it, okay? So from here, I want you to lift all 10 toes away from the ground. As you lift it up, you might notice that your feet collapse into the inner arches, Try to prevent that from happening and really distributing the weight equally between both sides of your feet. Try to spread the toes as wide as humanly possible with particular focus between those little toes in the middle, the ones next to the big toe. Now I want you to lower the big toes down to tap the ground. Lower it down, Lift it up. Making sure you're not collapsing into the inner arches of your feet. Lower the big toes. Lift it up. Lower the toes. Lift. Lower the big toes. Lift. Lower the big toes as the little toes remain up. Lift the big toes. Now spread your toes as wide as humanly possible. This time we're going to focus on those little toes tapping the ground while keeping the big toes lifted. So you're going to notice that your face does a lot of funny things during this movement. Don't worry about it. Just take notice on what kind of weird things your body is doing to make this motion happen. So take an inhale here. Lower the little toes. Keep the big toes lifted. Try to avoid sinking into the inner arches. Lift the little toes. Spread them wide. Lower the little toes. Lift them up. Little toes go down. Lift them up. Little toes go down. Lift. Little toes go down. Lift. Spread the toes as wide apart as humanly possible. Then you're going to imagine as if your toes are like fingers playing on a piano. So that little pinky toe is going to go down first, and we're going to make our way down to the big toe. Think piano keys. Lower the little toes, then play your piano with your feet. I know this can be really challenging, but trust me, this is amazing work to counter all of the narrow shoes that we wear in our modern lives and to really just get that mobility into the toes. You've got this. We're here for 3, 2, on 1. Awesome work. Spread your feet a little bit wider, and we're just going to take some hip cars. So your fingertips can go back behind you. I just really want you to focus on maintaining a nice long spine. Of course, you can adjust yourself as needed by placing the blanket or a block underneath your pelvis, just to elevate your seat. But I want you to come onto your heels, and we're going to focus on this right hip going into internal rotation. So this is going to make you be really honest with yourself. You don't want to try to bring that right leg to the center without lifting your right glute, your right butt cheek. So you want to keep that right cheek planted onto the ground as you do this. So again, this is going to make you be really honest with yourself. So really drive down through the heels as you bring that right hip into internal rotation. Bring it out to external rotation. Lower it down, lift. Lower it down, lift. Lower it down, lift. One more time, just like that. Lower it down and lift. Left hip this time, take an inhale to prepare. On your exhale, lower it down, lift. Lower it down to internal rotation, lift it up. Make sure that this movement is coming from deep into the hip socket. Lower it down, lift. Lower it down, and lift. Awesome work. Just go ahead and windshield wipe the legs, just being a little bit more free and not rigid in this movement this time. Now, a lot of this mobility work takes patience. It's very specific and targeted. So thank you for your patience. But trust me, these cars are really going to benefit the mobility of your joints. So whenever you're ready, go ahead and make your way into a tabletop shape, planting your palms down, knees directly underneath your hips. Go ahead and circle over the wrists. And try to be free in your movement here. Try to move from the hips, move from the spine, really getting into your entire body. Get it into the equation and notice what shows up for you. Making sure that you are gripping down through the fingertips and pushing down through the palms. Bringing those arms into external rotation. Go ahead and flip the palms so that the fingertips point towards you. And then gently lower your hips down towards your heels, creating this nice stretch to the wrist flexors, to your forearms. Awesome work then. Flip the hands. Come up onto your fingertips a couple of times for these wrist push-ups. Really building strength and heat into the wrist flexors. Awesome work. Walk your hands towards your hips. So you can either stay in this hero's pose or feel free to cross your legs. I like to particularly cross my legs in this thoracic motion. So we're really going to target the movement of our thoracic spine, otherwise known as our upper backs. And this part of our body is designed for mobility, and we want to maintain the mobility of that upper back. So take an inhale here. On your exhale, I want you to protract, separate the shoulder blades from one another. Move on to the left. And as you make your way, think that you're drawing circles with your upper back body. I want you to squeeze the shoulder blades in towards each other. Then bring that around towards the right. As you make your circle, protract through the shoulders. Go over to the left. Retract the shoulder blades, squeeze the shoulder blades in towards each other. Now you could pick up the pace, but I want you to imagine yourself in your favorite hip hop video. You're really exaggerating this motion, making sure that your lower body stays stable as you explore this movement. Of course, you have to go the other direction if you're doing a circle. Good. Now, wherever you are, make your way into that toe stand. Tuck your toes underneath you. Take an inhale here. On your exhale, I want you to imagine as if the pockets of your pants are driving yourself forward. Think posterior tuck of the pelvis. Inhale, push your hips up. Reach your arms up towards the sky. Exhale, cactus, open up through the arms, driving your hips forward, squeeze the glutes. Inhale, lowers you down, back onto your heels. Take a moment to pause. On your next inhale, drive the pockets of your jeans forward. Cactus, open the arms right away. Then lower it down, protracting through the shoulders. Lift it up. Lower it down. Lift it up, squeezing your glutes at the very top. Lower it down. Lift it up. Lower it down. Awesome, awesome work. Plant both palms down. Step back into your downward facing dog. Pedal out both feet. Really noticing what's there for you today. From your downward facing dog, grip down through the fingertips, push down through the palms. Elevate your shoulder blades towards your ears, sending your tailbone up towards the sky. Keep your legs bent in this downward facing dog. And I just want you to take a couple of spinal waves, bypassing through high plank pose, and back to downward facing dog. Really connecting to freedom in your movement. Try to move through your spine. Articulating your spine piece by piece. Make it feel good, make it feel nice. Then from high plank pose, slowly lower down with control onto your belly. Place your left hand to the outside of your mat, followed by the right. A couple of rounds of oscillating cobra. Take an inhale to lift up through your chest. Head will be last. Squeezing your glutes at the very top. Exhale, lower. Inhale to rise. Exhale to lower. Inhale to rise. Exhale, lowers you down. Inhale to rise. Pause at the very top. Can you take your gaze over your right shoulder? Then can you take that gaze over your left shoulder? Bring it back to center to release. Shalambhasana locust pose. Float your arms behind you, thumbs pointing up towards the sky. Stay heavy into your hips as you float the legs up. Keep reaching back with your fingertips. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1. Awesome work. Your journey to downward facing dog. However you choose to get there is totally up to you. Then from downward facing dog, lift your right leg up high towards the sky, really squaring off through the hips. And on your exhale, step your right foot to the outside of right hand. As you land there, lower your left knee down. Inhale to reach your right arm up high towards the sky. Exhale, fold, modified pyramid pose. And for this modified pyramid pose, I want you to bend through your left leg, then bend through your right leg. Really get some freedom into your movement, getting into the legs, really digging down through that right heel. Beautiful, beautiful work. From here, step back into your high plank pose. Lower your left forearm down as you come into this modified side plank. You could even take this into a modified wild thing by placing your right foot down onto the earth. You could reach your right arm up towards the sky if that's available to you. Then on your exhale, plant the right palm down. Come back up into your high plank pose just to cruise back into downward facing dog. Inhale, your left leg stretches up high towards the sky. Bend your left leg, bend your right leg. Exhale to step yourself towards the top of the mat. Right knee lowers. Inhale, reach up with your left arm twist. On your exhale, modified pyramid pose. Focus on the fold. Then create a bend through that right leg. Then bend through the left, creating some freedom into your movement. Let this feel really nice into your inner hips, digging down through your left heel. Then from here, plant your palms down, step your left foot back, lower onto your right forearm, and come into this modified version of side plank. Feel free to stay here or take this into a modified wild thing by bringing your left foot over. Keep pressing down through that left foot. You can reach your left arm if that's available to you. On your next exhale, cruise back into downward facing dog. Going through an awakening vinyasa. Inhale to lift the heels, bend the legs. Spinal wave yourself forward into high plank pose. Gaze forward. On one long exhale, take a full push-up. Drop knees followed by forearms. Inhale, pulls your way into upward facing dog, heavy on the tops of the feet. Pull your chest and collarbones forward. Exhale, cruise back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg up high towards the sky. Bend your right leg. Step your right foot to right thumb. As it lands, lower your left knee down. Inhale, reach your arms up towards the sky, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, wide cactus, open up through the arms. Then kick your left heel towards your left glute. It's okay if that left hamstring is cramping. On your next breath out, straighten both legs, send your hips back into space. Option to use your hands or float your hands behind you, modified pyramid pose. On your inhale, rise, high crescent lunge. Stay long through your fingertips. Hands meet at heart center. Inhale, pulls your way into crouching warrior. Listen closely here. You're going to reach out and open your hips into Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. Focus your gaze down. Keep energizing through that left foot. You're doing great. Then I want you to bend that left knee in towards you as you lift your upper body up, 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 up to one-legged Tadasana. Left knee up high towards the chest. Exhale, big external rotation of this left leg, almost as if you're kicking a hacky sack. And then land that left ankle somewhere on top of your right leg. Sit your hips low into this figure four chair pose. You could use your fingertips here, or you could rest your forearms onto your left shin. Just breathe into this space. On your next inhale, left knee into chest. Bring your left leg behind you. 2 shrimp squats. Use your arms for counterbalance as you lower that left knee down to tap the earth. And stand. Lower it down. This time you're going to stab your left toes down into this toe stand. Maybe you float the right leg up. That's totally an option. Then I want you to dig that right heel forward just to plant your palms down. Right foot meets left, gaze forward. On one long exhale, Vinyasa or skip it. Inhale, left leg lifts. Bend your left leg, step your left foot to left thumb. Inhale, Anjaneyasana, reach up through your fingertips. Exhale, cactus, open up through the arms, spinning the elbows towards the sky. Kick your right heel towards your right glute. Really squeezing the shoulder blades towards each other. On your exhale, fold, pyramid pose. Hands or no hands, challenge your balance. Trust yourself as you move from space to space. As you rise up, inhale, high crescent lunge. Hands meet at heart center. Pull your way into crouching warrior. Listen closely here, straighten that left leg, then open your hips. Don't worry if you're wobbling, the work is in the wobbles. Just focus on your balance. Squeeze that right knee in towards your chest. One-legged Tadasana, right knee into chest. Then I want you to externally rotate that right leg just to land the right ankle over the left. Sit your hips low, figure four chair. Let this be a nice outer hip opening. Option to use your hands or rest your forearms down. Keep driving that right knee wide. On your next breath in, one-legged Tadasana. You know what's coming, 2 shrimp squats. Use your hands to help counterbalance. Keep squeezing that right heel towards your glutes as you lower down to tap. Rise back up. This time as you lower down to tap, stab your right toes down, then lift that left leg up. This is only an option. You can always keep your left foot down. Just challenge your range of your ankle here. Then dig through that left heel just to plant your palms down. Left foot meets right, high plank pose. On one long exhale, take the full vinyasa or skip it. Totally your choice, okay? You do what's best for you. From downward facing dog, lift your right leg up. Squeeze right knee into chest. Exhale, step your right foot to right thumb. Inhale, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, wide and open, cactus open. Kick that left heel towards your glute. Exhale, modified pyramid pose, fold. Hands or no hands. Inhale, rise, high crescent lunge. Hands meet at heart center as you pull your way forward into crouching warrior. Inhale. Exhale, straighten that right leg. Inhale, Ardha Chandrasana, half moon, you've got this. Squeeze that left knee in towards your chest, just to bring it around to center. On your next breath in, kick that left leg into external rotation as you cross that left ankle over the right leg. Figure four chair. Challenge the range of your right ankle. On your next breath in, one-legged Tadasana. 2 shrimp squats, lower that left knee down to tap. just to rise. Lower it down to tap. Stab the left toes behind you into this toe stand. Option to challenge your range by floating the right foot up. Dig your way forward into high plank pose. On one long exhale, vinyasa, or skip it. Use your breath, don't overthink it. Get out of your head and into your body. Inhale, left leg lifts. Step your left foot to left thumb. Inhale, rise, Anjaneyasana, picking up the pace. Exhale, open up wide. Kick that right heel towards your right glute. Exhale, pyramid pose, fold. Inhale, rise, high crescent lunge. Get tall and long through your spine. Hands meet at heart center. Shift your weight forward, crouching warrior. Exhale, straighten that left leg. Inhale, peel yourself open into Ardha Chandrasana. Kick, squeeze that right knee in towards your chest into one-legged Tadasana. Begin to externally rotate that right leg just across that right ankle over the left. Figure 4 chair pose. Challenge your range. Inhale, rise, one-legged Tadasana. 2 shrimp squats with that right leg. Again, use your arms to help you with the counterbalance. Keep pushing down with that left leg. This time as we lower, stab the right toes behind you just to maybe float the left leg up. Of course, that is an option. Dig that left heel underneath you just to step back into plank pose. On one long exhale, take the full vinyasa or skip it. We have one last round here, yogis, with a couple of more added things into the equation. So inhale, your right leg lifts. Bend your right leg to step your right foot to right thumb. Inhale, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, cactus, open up your arms and kick your left heel towards your left glute, flexing that left foot. On your next exhale, fold, pyramid pose. Inhale to rise, high crescent lunge. You've got this, stick with it. Hands meet at heart center. Inhale pulls you through, crouching warrior. Exhale, straighten that right leg. Inhale to open yourself up into Ardha Chandrasana. Peel your hips open. Exhale, left knee squeezes into the chest, into one-legged Tadasana. You've been here before. Externally kick that left leg just across that left ankle over your right leg. Now you have an option to take the arm balance Ekapada Galavasana flying pigeon pose. To set yourself up, plant your palms in front of you. Push that left shin into the shelf that you create into your triceps. Maybe kick the right heel towards your butt or float the right leg behind you. Keep your gaze forward, protract through the shoulders. On your next breath in, like nothing even happened, come back into that figure 4 chair pose. Awesome work. Inhale, one-legged Tadasana. Exhale, shrimp squats, 2 rounds of this shrimp squat. Stab your left toes behind you into that toe stand. Now another option that we're going to add into this mix is if you'd like to try a handstand, you're going to pull that right heel towards you. Crotch entry, keep your hips low. Exhale, kick up. Then we'll meet in a vinyasa. Of course, these aren't a requirement. Just have some fun with it. Have fun in moving in a way that gives you joy. Inhale, your left leg lifts up towards the sky. Bend your left leg. Step your left foot to left thumb. Inhale, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, cactus open. Kick that right heel towards your right glute. Exhale, pyramid pose. Try floating your hands behind you. Inhale, rise. High crescent lunge. Hands meet at heart center to crouching warrior. Exhale, straighten through that left leg. Inhale, peel yourself open into Ardha Chandrasana. Keep energizing through that right leg. Exhale, squeeze that right knee in towards your chest. As you rise up to stand. Awesome work. You've been here before. Externally rotate that right leg just across that right ankle over the left. You can stay here in this figure 4, or if you'd like to take Ekapada Galavasana or flying pigeon pose, set yourself up by planting your palms in front of you. Create that shelf with your triceps. Keep pushing your right shin into your arms. Maybe you kick the left heel. You could stay here or try floating that left leg behind you. Keep your gaze forward. Then lower your left foot down like nothing even happened. Goodness gracious. Just sit in here for a moment. Then inhale, one-legged Tadasana. Exhale, lowers you down into shrimp squats. Your hamstrings are really on fire here. Stab your right toes down. Maybe you lift that left leg up. Option to take a handstand. If you're taking the handstand, draw your left heel towards you. Crotch entry, kicking off through that left leg. Now remember to keep your center of gravity low. And as soon as your feet leave the earth, activate them. So on the exhale, take your handstand entry of choice. Keep squeezing your glutes, pushing down through the shoulders. And Vinyasa. Woo! Awesome, awesome work. Go ahead and lower your knees down. Sit your hips back. Gentle child's pose. Take these moments to recenter and to reintegrate. And really just try to connect to the natural rhythm of your breath. I know that we did one fiery practice. Did you notice how much lighter your hip flexors may feel and how much more mobile your ankles feel? We really challenged our active range of motion, especially into the ankles. Keep breathing here. And whenever you're ready, meet me in downward facing dog. Whew, I am sweating. That's the thing about filming in the tropics here in the Philippines, is that I can't film with air conditioning, so it just always feels like a hot yoga class. So thank you for your trust. So, we are going to take a 10-count journey to the very top of your mat. However you choose to get there is up to you. You could take little tiny baby steps, making sure that your shoulders stay in one place. Or if handstands are part of your practice, feel free to do that as well. I just want you to have fun with this 10-count journey to the very top of the mat, and we're going to meet in a forward fold. So if you're taking a handstand, feel free to shorten your stance. Inhale to lift the heels, bend the legs. Your journey begins for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1, fold forward, bend your legs. Padangusthasana, put your palms underneath your feet, giving a nice release to your wrists. Relax your neck. And at the same time, can you drive your hips up towards the sky? Then on your next breath in, release your palms, circle chair. Bend your legs and roll yourself up one vertebrae at a time, just to roll yourself back down. Really find some freedom in your movement here. Letting this movement come from the shoulders, from your spine. It's like you're having a party for one. Just imagine yourself back in your favorite rave. Connecting to your body, getting rid of all that stuck and stale energy. And we'll meet up in Tadasana. From your Tadasana, can you create this grounding connection to the earth? Standing tall and solitary, just like a mountain. Just to remind yourself that you are strong and you are powerful. And go ahead and blink the eyes open. We have a little bit of more activation work. So, coming into Natarajasana, the dancer pose. But we're going to take a very active approach into this first dancer pose. Then we're going to use the strap to find king dancers. So whenever you're ready, reach your arms up towards the sky. Then I want you to cactus open up through your arms, really energizing through that right standing leg as you bring that left knee towards your chest. Then think shrimp squat, except you're just going to try to squeeze your shoulder blades in towards each other as you kick your left heel up towards the sky. Hold it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1. Slowly with control, release. Begin to energize through that left standing leg. Reach your arms up towards the sky. Exhale, widen cactus. Right knee drives up towards your chest. And I want you to kick, 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 kick that right foot up towards the sky. Squeeze your shoulder blades down the back body as you keep kicking that right foot up for 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1. Release. Go ahead and grab your strap for king dancer pose. So I want you to loop the strap over the middle arch of your left foot to begin. Bring that left knee up high towards your chest. Then bring that left leg behind you. You're going to wear the strap almost as if you're carrying a backpack first. But I really want you to stay active in that left leg, as tempting it is just to let everything relax, okay? We want you to really be active by kicking that left leg up. Then I want you to focus your drishti somewhere in front of you. Keep kicking, but I want you to pull onto that strap with your hands. Stay active here. Squeeze your shoulder blades towards each other for 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1. Slowly with control, release. Moving on to the right foot, loop the strap in the middle arch of your right foot. Then lift that right knee towards you. Bring that right leg behind you, wear the strap like a backpack to begin. Then from here, I want you to start kicking that right leg up. Keep activating through that right leg, kicking that right leg up as you move your hands down onto the strap. Keep pulling on the strap with your arms as your right leg resists it. Feel that stability here, feel that strength. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1. Gently release. Make your way onto your back. From here, bring your right knee into your chest. Supine twist, right leg goes over the left. Begin to slow your energy down. Bring that right leg to center. Extend your right leg out as you draw that left knee towards your chest. Take an inhale here. And bring that left knee over the right. Supine twist. Keep breathing into your back. Try to focus on breathing into the back of your lungs. Then bring your left leg back to center. Walk your right foot closer, making sure that your feet are hip-width distance apart. We are going to breathe to release our diaphragm. So this is a really nice practice that you can incorporate in your daily lives because our diaphragms are our second hearts. And our diaphragm is our main muscle of inspiration and expiration, the main muscle of our breathing, and one of the 5 members of our core. So I want you to first imprint your low back onto the earth by tucking your tailbone underneath you. So we're going to take an inhale through our nose. Then we're going to exhale everything out through our mouth. But I really want you to exaggerate the exhale. You want to imagine yourself pushing everything out to the point where you're going to find yourself coughing or closer to that, okay? So tailbone tucks underneath you. Inhale through your nose. Then exhale out through your mouth. Sound effects help. Imagine as if you're fogging a mirror, so take another breath in. Exhale everything out through your mouth. Keep exhaling everything out. Beautiful work. This time as you inhale, lift your hips up towards the sky, maintaining that posterior tuck of the pelvis, really tucking your tailbone underneath you. Inhale through your nose. Exhale everything out through your mouth. Gently lower it down onto your back. And feel free to melt into your Shavasana. And always take your time in your Shavasana, just letting yourself unwind. Allow yourself to let go. And most importantly, allow yourself to rest and recover. Take your time in your Shavasana to really develop this intimacy within yourself. I hope that you enjoyed this practice, and I hope you had fun. And I want to thank you for showing up for yourself, for being a part of your own process, because that is the coolest thing that you could do for yourself. And I hope you're feeling amazing wherever in the world you may be. Thank you once again for practicing with me. Feel free to drop a comment below just to say hi. Your comments always mean so much to me. Thank you again for your practice.